ये पिला सब कुआडे गले कोटा नाम के लिए पिला ओ सब हां हां पिला माने स्टार्ट कर दबा
Yes, sir.
अच्छा अच्छा पिला आज देखिबा इनविटेशन 1 स्टैंडिंग अप अच्छा बस तमे हाउ एट देखो इनविटेशन 1 आनी छकी हां हाउ देखो सुनो द फर्स्ट chapter is standing up for yourself, right? It is written by Evgeny Evensko. who is being deserted by their parents. So now let us analyze the meaning of deserthood. When the parents, they do not take any care of the child, rather they maintain distance, they are irresponsible. So those parents are known as deserted parents. माने जो बापा माँ माने छोट बेले पिला मानकर दायित्व नियंतिनी सेमानकर खाइबा पिंधिबा पाठ पढ़िबा हमरो डेजर्ट माने होची मरुभूमि किंतु एठी डेजर्ट माने मरुभूमि नुहे ता माने होची द पेरेंट्स दोज हु आस्था so that means the parents, those who do not take care of the child. So that is the meaning of deserted. How does he or she grow up? Who looks after his education? So that means any child who is deprived of parental care, parental love and affection, how the entire career will be growing up. माने छोट बेले जदि पिला मानकु तांकर बापा माँ तांकर दायित्व नेलेनी खाइबा पीबा पिंधिबा ताहले how they will be growing up से माने केमिति बड़ हेबे. If you have not come across such an urchin in real life, see the harrowing experience of growing up in the movie. Poet has explained, if you do not have such type of deserted experiences by the parents, so deserted माने इठी मरुभूमि नुहे हमर डेजर्ट होची मरुभूमि किंतु deserted इठी भर भे जाईची means childhood when the parents they are completely abandon the child, they will not be taking any care, neither food nor they directed by Danny Boyle and co-directed in India by Loveleen Tandon. It is an adaptation of novel Indian author and diplomat Vikas Swarup. So that means simple English in this particular chapter, standing up for yourself. A chapter na standing up for yourself. So that means the children or the student or anybody, they have to become independent. They have to become self-reliant. They have to sustain themselves. Even if any kind of hurdles, problems, pathetic situations arises in life. तामने एई चैप्टर रे एठी पोएट कहबा को चाहछथि मनुष्य जीवन रे बहुत प्रकार प्रॉब्लम आस किंतु एई चैप्टर रे पोएट एक्सप्लेन करिछथि जे गोटे छोट पिला माने जेते बेले से छोट थिले तांको बापा मां तांकर दायित्व नेलेनी कंप्लीटली दे डिजर्टेड हम छाडी देले ताले सेमाने केमिति मनुष्य हेबे तापरे नाउ लेट अस गो टू द टेक्स्ट. In 41, I was living alone in an empty flat in quiet Moscow street. So that means the poet, when his age was 41, he was living alone in the Moscow street. My parents were divorced and my father was somewhere in Kazakhstan with his new wife and their 2 children. I seldom received letters from him. So that means the poet narrates when the poet was small, his parents got divorced and his father remarried to another lady in Kazakhstan. And like Kazakhstan with that new wife, his father was having another 2 children. I seldom received letters from him. Means his own father hardly hardly he writes letters to him. Understood? Now, my mother was at the front. She had given up her work as a geologist to become a singer and was giving concerts for the troops. So since the poet's father remarried to another lady and he was having two another children in Kazakhstan, and the poet left the first wife and the poet, and the poet, what he did, like the poet's wife, that means like the poet's mother, she since she was divorced, so she like what, she was working like geologist and she left that geologist and became a singer. माने पोएट करो बापा मा दी जण परस्पर को डाइवोर्स करिथिले, तांको बापा कोन करिथिले आ गोटे सेकंड मैरिज करिथिले काजाखस्तान रे, हैविंग टू चिल्ड्रन. से जो सेकंड मैरिज परे तांकर दी जण पिला जन्म. Understanding of for yourself in the equation 1. Actually, the poet's mother, since she was divorcee, जहाँ को divorce करा जाए, ताको हमें English में बोलबा divorcee. Since the poet's mother was divorcee, she was working as geologist, and out of frustration, she left that job and she became a professional singer. My education was led to the street. The street taught me swear, smoke, speak elegantly through my teeth, and to keep my fist at the ready, a habit which I have to do this. So that means that time the poet was very young, very cute, a school-going child. Since the parents divorced each other, so the poet's education, his care, his all the responsibilities, it was completely thrown out on the street. So that means the poet was deprived of parental affection and like indulged with road activities like smoking, roaming here and there, and like a kind of irresponsible life, rough life. एठी पोएट कहिबा को चाहउचंती जेते बेले तांको बाप मा डाइवोर्स करि देले, मा तांकर कोन कले, से तांकर जियोलॉजिस्ट चाकरी छाडी करी सोट सिंगर हले. तांको बापा सेकंड मैरिज करले कजाकिस्तान रे, से एमानु को पचले ना. तो पोएट सेते बेले गोटे स्कूल चिल्ड्रन थिले. पोएट करो केयर नोबडी टू. एठी जो लेखा हिची द पोएट वाज थ्रोन आउट ऑन द स्ट्रीट. ता माने तांकर देयर इज नो वन टू लुक आफ्टर हिम. जेते बेले तांकर केही दायित्व न निले, से स्मोकिंग करले, बुलिले, सो कंप्लीटली ही वाज लाइक हिज लाइफ वाज एंटायरली स्पॉइल्ड. बुझ पड़ले? तापर नेक्स्ट बढ़ा ही नहीं सिखिबार अछि. The street taught me not to be afraid of anything or anyone. This is another habit I have kept. देखो एक सुनो भला. The street taught me. मु वर्तमान तुमको पढ़ौछि. मु कोन कहउछि? I am teaching. I am a living organism. You all are listening to me, so that means I am teaching. Here the poet said, the street taught me the habit of not to be afraid of anybody. तामने पोएट कहबा को चाहउचंती से जो रास्ता रो से सिखिबा को पाइले काहा को न डरिबा पाई. एठी पूछ भला हबे पोएट होची माने रास्ताटा होची नॉन लिविंग ऑब्जेक्ट. रास्ता तांको सिखेला माने he was compelled, the situation compelled him, he was bound to be alone, not to be afraid of anyone. ता माने तांको एमेटिका सिचुएशन आसीगला से बाध्य हले काहा को न डरी निज दायित्व केमिति निजे नेबे he was responsible for himself since his parents were divorced. I realized that what mattered in the struggle for life was to overcome my fear of those who were stronger. So that means the poets wants to explain these incidents, like these habits, this circumstance made him to be very strong, brave and courageous. माने पोएट कहबाकू चाहउचंती ए जो सिचुएशन रे से पडिले ए जो असुविधा रे पडिले तांकर रेस्पोंसिबिलिटी केही न नेले से बाध्य होई क्रि स्ट्रांग हेले करेजियस हेले आ साहसी हेले बुझि गलो हां सो नाउ लेट अस गो टू यूनिट 2 education left in the street means actually his parents were divorced. Means no one was taking the education responsibility. So that means his education become zero. Because since parents are divorcing, where he will sleep, where he will study, where he will eat, so that means his education becomes zero. So that is in like high English, it is known as education are thrown out on the street. Do you think the narrator was scared of someone in particular? Read the following unit of the text and find out the reason that made every boy scared of the rest. So that means here in this particular chapter, the narrator or the poet want to explain in everybody's life, if somebody undergoes sufferings, hurdles, pathetic situations, he or she learns many things. एक poet कहबाकू चाहउचंती जे जीवन रे बहुत असुविधा दुख रे पड़े बहुत प्रॉब्लम रे पड़े से स्ट्रांग हो जाए है ना नरेटर माने पोएट जे आपको लिखि छ आमे कहछे नरेटर वेरी गुड एमती पचारिले शिखि जो नरेटर एन ए आर आर ए नरेटर माने लेखक जी आप लिखि छ The ruler of her street was a boy of about 16 who was nicknamed Red. So that means the poet where he was staying, the ruler of that area, his age was 16, his name was Red. माने poet जो area रे रहउथिले से area रे जने कोन थिले ruler थिले तांकर एज मात्र 16 थिला ruler माने शासन जे शासन करथिले से एरिया रे जे मेन लोक थिले तांकर ना थिला Red. Red working masterfully, Red was big, broad-shouldered, beyond his years. Red, even though his age was 16 years, but his physique, his height, his growth, it was quite huge. He was not looking like 16, rather he was looking like 50, 60 years old person. So that means here the narrator wants to explain, even though the Red was the ruler of that state, even though he was 16, but his physical appearance, it was more than 16, maybe 40, 50 like that. Red walked masterfully up and down our street, legs wide with slightly rolling gait like a seen man on his deck. So that means that ruler, mane karo, ei area re jane achanti gote strong loka se hele ruler mane karo poet ei area kothode rahuthile ketebale rasta re soi porthile ketebale footpath re soi porthile because since he did not have a permanent house, his parents were divorced, jodi bai siti soi porthile ethi se kahuchanti when Red walks, he walks very masterfully, very strongly, putting his legs and hands down and very straight forward and very bold and very confident. And se pura kono Very courageously he was moving on the street. From under his cap, it speaks Alois at the back of his head. His forelock tumbled down in a fairy cascade, and out of its round perk-marked face, green eyes like a cat sparkled with scorn for everything and everyone. That means that red, he was looking very ferocious. Ferocious means bhayankara. Very strong, very bold, very scary. ताको देखिले डर लागे. ताको हमें इंग्लिश रे कोचे very scary. ताको देखिला बेलको डर लागे. Red could stop any boy and say impressively the one word money. So that means on that particular road, if anybody will be passing by, Red has got that kind of personality. He will be stopping them and asking money. माने सेही रास्ता दे जदि कोनोसी लोक जाउथिले रेड करो एते करेज थिला तांकु लोक माने एते डरुथिले से समस्त को सेट अटके कि पैसा समस्त से नउथिले. His lieutenant would turn out a boy's pockets, and if he resisted, they beat him off hand. Actually, Red was the like what main person. His lieutenants means the person those who are helping him. से तो main थी. तांकु केते जण हेल्प करथले सब बेले 8-10 जण से रास्ता रे जिवो जहां को देखले ता पैसा मागे. If someone resists, if someone will be reluctant to give money, so they will be fighting. Reluctant माने जहार इच्छा हबनी अनिच्छुक. Those who are not willing, suppose they will be asking money. Those who will not be willing to give money, they will use force. Like everyone is afraid of Red. So was I. I knew he carried a heavy metal knuckle duster in the pocket. The poet says, even the poet was very scared to Mr. Red because always Red was carrying a knuckle buster metallic like knife. If anybody will be resisting or fighting, so undoubtedly either he will murder or he will do some very like bad injuries. Understood? Now let us go to 113. Does the narrator have an encounter with Red? So here term encounter means does the narrator was having kind of fighting with Red? माने narrator और Red करो किसी fighting ହେଇची कि? How many times did he come across Red? What was the outcome of his encounters with Red? Read the following unit of the text to find the answers. Means in this particular unit, we are going to learn any encounter activities which took place between Red and the narrator. आमे वर्तमान ए जो यूनिट 3 रे पढिबा को जाउचे Red और narrator को भितर केबे फाइटिंग हिच कि regarding any kind of activities हला. I wanted to conquer my fear of Red. A sentence टा पूछो. I wanted to conquer fear of my Red. Means I wanted not to scared of Red. ताकू आमे टिके अरिस्टोक्रेटिक इंग्लिश रे कहले माने सीए चाहिले मु केमिति Red को मते डरिबि ना से देखिबा कोन करियो ताकू जदि आमे टिके अरिस्टोक्रेटिक इंग्लिश रे I wanted to conquer my fear on Red. बुझि गलो समझ. So I wrote a poem about him. This was my first place of journalism in verse. By the next day, the whole street knew it by heart and exulted with triumphant heart. So from that day, the narrator promised Red being very rough and tough man, very scary man, is making scared of everybody. So the narrator decided not to be scared, rather The narrator decided somehow he will be writing some poetry in like that to make it memorable forever for everybody. That means the narrator wanted by writing the poem, he will be giving lessons to the society, lessons to the students, those who are deprived of their parents, how they will be collecting more courage to be self-independent in life. माने एउठो कोई डिसीजन नेले जे लाइफ रे एमिति से काम गोटे करिवे जो माने जीवन रे बहुत दुख रे कष्ट रे रहउचंती जहार बापा मां पिला मानकर जत्न नै नांती से माने केमिति पाठ पढि भला मनुष्य हेबे सो रिगार्डिंग दैट पोएट वांटेड टू राइट ए पोएम माने से कविता लिखिबे सेही कविता को फ्यूचर रे समस्त पढि करी केमिति सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट हेबे का ऊपर डिपेंड करिवे नाही ताकर आज यूजुअल पाठ पढा चालिबो ऑन दैट ही वांटेड टू राइट ए पोएम बुझिगला one morning my way to school I suddenly came upon Red and his lieutenant his eyes seems to be bored from me aha the poet he drawled smiling crookedly so you write verses do they write so like one day what happened on that particular street the poet was passing by से रास्ता दे रेड आसुथिला पोएट से रास्ता दे जाउथिले सेही समय कोन होला केनी जो लेखा आइची his eyes seem to bore through me माने पर मु हेले रेड हला ये जणे हेले कोन पोएट तेनो रेड तांको केमति ले मार्क होथि एटा जो स्कैरी फेस हला सेटा को आइची his eyes seem to bore me Red's hand darted into his pocket and came out armed with knuckle duster, flashed like lightning and struck my head. So at that particular moment, when both Red and narrator they met each other, all of a sudden, so like the narrator was shocked and surprised. Immediately, the like what Mr. Red took out that knuckle buster and put on the narrator's head. से जो knuckle buster माने गोटे लोहारे तैयारी कोन अस्त्र जो कि मनुष्य मार से जत्ते बेले से जानिले ये होची narrator से कहा को डरो नांती very brave and courageous सेही समय रेड कोन गले ता पॉकेट रो सेटा बाहर पे ता मुंड के ना मार बुझ पड़ला तो I fell down, streaming with blood and lost consciousness. So the moment Ray took out that knife and put on the head of the narrator, so immediately blood came out from his head and the like weight became unconscious. माने तांकरे कोनला आघात हैला से तळे पड़ी गली unconscious है गले. This was my first remuneration as a poet. Actually remuneration माने प्रथम दरमा जेंति आमे सो चाकरी करले प्रथम मासर दरमा पा सेटा को आमे इंग्लिश रे कहते remuneration. तो poet कहउचंती like when the poet decided to be a poet by writing poem, by writing novels, he will be giving lesson to the society not to be afraid of any kind of naughty person. So after writing that particular poem, he met such an accident and injured by Mr. Red. So here the narrator wants to explain this is his last remuneration. बुझाइला न्यू वर्ड्स माने पोएट कहउचंती से जते बेले जानिले जे तांकर पेरेंट माने डाइवोर्सी नो वन इज टेकिंग द रिस्पांसिबिलिटी तांको दायित्व केई न नांती तेनो सेठी तांको पे गोटे विपद हला के मिस्टर रेड तेन जेतबेले पोएट थर रास्ता रे जाउथिले रेड कोन कला तांको पॉकेट रु से जो नकली वस्त्र आनिबे ता मुंडर लगे देला पर कोन हला तांकर एठी आघात हला ब्लड आसी गला ही बिकम अनकॉन्शियस से जेतबेले अनकॉन्शियस हे गले फ्रॉम दैट डे ही डिसाइडेड से दिन सो निष्पत्ति नेले से कहा को से डरिबेनी तांको लाइफ रे जहां भी आसीबो he will try to face it he will be defending से कहले मो जीवन जते जहां आसे मु डिफेंड करबी आ एई भली पोएट लेखिगिरी ए सोसाइटी की देबी समान समस्त पढ़िबे not to be scared of any such naughty person माने पोएट चाहिए मु पोएट लेखिबी ताकू समस्त स्कूल रो कॉलेज रो पिला माने पढ़िबे ते ताको लाइफ रे जते प्रॉब्लम आसे से कहा को डरिबे ना से जेतले एई हिसाब रे से पोएट्री लेखिले रेड बिकेम स्कैम रेड को खराब लागिबो जेतु पोएट माने बिकेम अ वेरी रिनाउंड पर्सन तांकर जेतले प्रेस्टीज बढ़ी गेला सेते रेड कोन हिंसा आसे रेड कोन कले somehow he wanted to bring him down से चाहिले जे तांको केते तळरो पकेइबो I spent several days in bed so that means red made the poet so severe injured the poet was on the bed for so many days माने से जो नकली वस्त्र था सिवियर माने खूब जोर बहुत ज्यादा मोर तेणु तांकु से तांको हेड रे एमिति इंजुरी कर दिले से बहुत दिन पर्यंत से बेड रे से सोईकरी रहिले When I went out with my head still bandaged, I again saw red. I struggled with myself, but lost and took my heels. Again in another day, the poet was passing by. All of a sudden, he met with Mr. Red. So after visiting Mr. Red, so he decided, the poet decided, let any type of hurdles comes in life, I am going to face it. I am going to give a challenge. I am going to bully it. So let me not be scared. So माने तांकर ए जो डिसीजन, तांकर ए जो करेजियस एटीट्यूड पाई रेड रो हिंसाटा आउरी बढ़ी लाइक माने तांकर मुंडो आडे बैंडेज हिच अनकॉन्शियस पड़ी थिले किंतु तांकर साहस डाउन करेज का जाउन At home, I rolled on my bed, biting my pillow and pounding it the same unimportant fury to my cowardice. So the poet was sleeping on the bed, and what he was doing? Biting the pillow. माने जितबले तांकर हेड टा ब्लड आसिला, गोटे बड़ इंजुरी हला, से सतबले बेड रे सोई रहिले, बहुत दुख भी कले. मनरे तांकर बहुत चिंता आसिला but still then he did not leave his commitment to become a poet तथापि से केबे डिसीजन नै नांती जैसे पोएट छाड़ी देबे किसे एरिया छाड़ी देबे rather he want to defend it चाहले मु एमते डिफेंड करी I made up my mind to vanquish it at whatever cost so the poet decided like whatever in life it comes whether any kind of hurdles, any kind of situations, I'm ready to face it. I'm ready to like what to show my temperament, to show my challenge. I want to stand myself. Even though my parents did not take my care, I have to challenge. I have to make myself. I have to stand on my own. सेठी पाई चैप्टर टा ना हिच कोन चैप्टर टा ना हिच standing up for yourself माने निजे निज पाई जणे कोन करिवो चेष्टा करिवो केनि से भलो मनिष हबो भलो पाठ पढियो का माने एठी पोएट कहबा को चाहउछंती in everybody's life some sort of pathetic